I am here. I found another location, so I did not expect this. Um, I mean, I've been instructed to walk anywhere that I can. I mean, it's not like I have like a 9 to 5 where I got to be like, oh, I got to do this at this time, this time. So I've been pretty much instructed to just walk because um, you do not know. These are the lands your ancestors walked on. So you see that? This is where I use just your regular GPS. It's synced with my my consciousness. See, Baker Street. Now this is Anaheim. So this is this GPS be leading me all like off route and stuff. It literally like this AI do got a mind of its own, and these motherfuckers is they followed me over here. Um, I don't know if it's that one. No, I think it was another one. He wouldn't even go past the bridge because he knew he was following me. See, this is what they do. He wouldn't even go past the bridge because he knew. Because I just stood there, turned back, somebody in back of me. Ain't nobody was over here. So I just found this by walking, um, basically walking from Santa Ana to Anaheim. I don't know. I looked it up on a GPS. It said this is Anaheim, so I'm just getting in Anaheim. I think I got another hour walk to go, but because I be lazy, like when I catch, like when I can, I catch the bus because I just be lazy. But seeing the breakthroughs with my ancestors, like how much I'm getting to release for them, um, man, I did not see the what was that? I just didn't understand it to the degree. But now that I see how it's actually affecting my ancestors are telling me how like how much weight they feel that's lifted off of them. And I know exactly, like when they said that, I was like, oh snap, because I used to walk around with this like doom and gloom, like feeling like something always, something bad was always like lurking right around the corner. Like I used to walk around like that, and like I said, because of this shift, we're in this new age, this age of Aquarius. Now the energies have shifted. If you did the purging, releasing, shadow work, that came up for that came up during the age of for your age of Pisces. Your default programming, you was born in the age of Piscean. That was your default programming. Default programming, 0 to 7 years old. That that's your law of cause and effect. Every word, thought, and deed that you do, it's all determined by your default programming. Like I like to give concrete examples. Uh, my example, not raised with a father, not raised with a father. Now that programs lack and scarcity into my subconscious mind. Just from, because look, you abundance is heaven too, right? Because that's rare. That's rare in this society. Most whatchamacallit result in divorce, right? So I'm telling you. So side note, make that side note after this point. But that's an abundance having being raised with two parents. So you telling me my default program is automatically lack and scarcity because I had an absentee dad? All right. So now it's like now you make every choice, everything you engage in, it's coming from lack and scarcity consciousness because that was instilled in you from for your default program at ages 0 to 7. Man, the list goes on of the defects that you carry with you and you loop because hey, you engaging in fear, you got your default programming is fear, then all the everything you engage with, it's gonna come from that mind of fear. It's like people that think positive have different outcomes because they are projecting a positive energy. Thereby, they're able to. It's like reap what you sow. So enough of that. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to preach too much, but when I'm out here on these sites, the projections that I get is foreigner. Like I'm not supposed to be here. That's the energy that's being projected. And if I don't understand that it is gaslighting, excuse me, if I understand that it is gaslighting, it has no effect on me. I'm just like, I can hear the thought telepathically and I can speak back to that thought because remember, we're all energy at the end of the day. We're just ping-ponging thoughts that are thoughts and vibrations back and forth to one another. I can speak back to that thought. Bitch, what the fuck you mean? I'm not supposed to be here. Last time I checked, my prophet Noble Drew Ali said you're 3,000 miles away from home. It's all right. It's neutralized. It's neutralized, and then you take your power back. No one has any, power to make you feel not worthy, and all of these projections and malicious intents that the negative. We'll just say the negative polarity because look, it's it's beings everywhere in every nation. They're some are operating in a negative polarity. That's fear-based energy. That's lower self. That's the carnal, a beast. And you have the other ones that's operating in, all right, before I thrash you, I'm going to give you a physical, I'm going to like judge it off of I'm going to judge you off of the physical, like just respect. At, at the end of the day, we don't have to agree with each other. We don't have to like each other or agree with what happened or like what happened but it's still going to be about respect. So, um, I'm just looking around because this is definitely an ancestral site. And like I said, I am walking and I'm letting the GPS, because see, me being synced, aligned with the positive polarity, of course we all have negatives that we could purge throughout our life, probably till we take our last breath. But if you've done a large enough degree of work and you're able to know thyself and know thy lower self and know your higher self, then you're able to navigate through to your destiny pretty much. what Allah intended for you to do on earth and be and all that. So um I'm looking at that like, all right, I'm following my GPS. This is it's an AI assistant. It's synced, is aligned with my consciousness. Thereby, I may think I'm going to a certain place, and this thing may take me. You know how many times I get like taken in circles, taken here, there, just opposite. Like, well, that's because it's like we're so linear based. Look, I'm sitting up here. All right, I gotta go walk. I didn't want to catch the bus from Santa Ana, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk. I was told to. Like, these is orders. Like, I'm, I'm right now. I'm in obedience training. Let's just say that right now I'm in obedience training. My father, I'm my father's pet. Um, I am in obedience training. And that's so that I stay alive because um, these timelines are getting increasingly wicked, and we're going to have to know how to navigate empty vessels that are synced to transmitters that are their war frequencies, 5G, 10G. You get what I'm saying? Like they are being operated from these transmitters. So so this is the thing. You have to know exactly how you're going to navigate these times, the end times. You see what I'm saying? Because it's going to be evil on all sides to basically block your ascension. And at the end of the day, like, we have these, vanity based goals, and that's fine and all that, but where's your soul? Where's what dimension is your soul going to when you leave your body? Are you going to the dimensions of hell where it's all low frequencies there, like the sadness, suffering, whatever simulations you go through there, it's the sadness, the suffering, the fear, the pain, the tragedy and all that? Or are you are your frequencies light enough? Are they close enough to Allah to be redeemed by Allah, to be reconciled back to Allah, to go back to the higher dimensions? Are you weighed down with anger, grief, depression, fear, anxiety? Like, these are extremely low frequencies. They keep you bound to the denser dimensions. They keep you bound to the denser dimensions. We see how Earth played out. What a dense dimension that Earth has been playing out, but that's changing. And like I said, this is the reason for me being targeted, followed, um, uh, attacked, threatened, having reports, false reports, them trying to run like crisis stories on me, and they'll try to whatever the pictures and shit they can get, they try to see what they can come up with, a story they can come up with, because they don't want me in society, because I'm doing my father's will. I'm doing his work. I'm on the land of my ancestors. I'm doing, I believe it to be like epigenetic, it's trauma release work from my ancestral line, because my DNA is directly linked to my ancestor, all of my ancestors. We travel in a collective consciousness, and we split off in different timelines, but nonetheless, like, the timelines that my ancestors experienced on this land have been like your real horror fucking stories. Your real horror fucking stories. Like that. Yeah, I had a little situation or whatever. I hope I still got that video. I went to the plantation or whatever. Ended up finding it through walking. They don't even have it on. It's not even. And I interviewed the guy because I'm like, y'all, y'all don't have no. This is supposed to be like a business. It said it's an orange stand, and they say how you pay. You know, you pay and you put the money in the box, and you take the number. I'm like, I would think that they would be on Google at least to try to drive some business, because if you're living off of like selling oranges, but who knows what else they, what other business they have, because that my ancestors released so much trauma just from me going on that site, which I would have never, nobody would, they're not even on Google, so nobody would have found this. I wouldn't have found this. But again, by being on the land, exploring the land, that's why they're closing a lot of these historical, these nature parks, national parks, and museums. They're closing a lot of these places because they know that's a link to activate our DNA. It's a link to activate our DNA. You see this, you know, this this big thing they're going around, welfare, going around doing swab tests, saying, "Oh, we'll give you $5." This guy offered me $5 to do a wellness check, and they need a swab. That's because they're getting everybody's DNA now. It's they're trying to, not trying to. It's for the it's for a I say military. They're building. It's for the super soldiers, and they have the RoboCops. So like this shit's it's on some absolutely the Battle of Armageddon type shit. So I'm here through, just like I said, my intent when I typed this shit in, my intent was Disneyland, because I was gonna catch the bus over there. And I'm like, I didn't want to catch the bus because it's like I didn't want like the just being in that confined space with a bunch of lower self. Like majority of the working class, they are vibrating extremely low frequencies. They know what's I'm saying their real self knows that this collapse could come at any time, literally. Like I'm talking about the full shift from, all right, only some places are cashless now, but where all places are cashless. It's like their real self knows that. Trust. So it's like, did I scare you, man? But their real self knows this. And it's like they are taking it out on the wrong people. It's like I feel the energetic assaults coming from everywhere, because in it's like misery, and it's like endings. That's the aroma. Like everywhere you go, not everywhere you go, not everywhere you go, but I'm saying in the GP, everywhere you go in GP, general public, because look, at the end of the day, it could be a business owner, oh, I'm a millionaire, I'm a multimillionaire, but their the uh, debt to income ratio is so, they're in a deficit. They're in a deficit. Because remember, if you living off of credit, you're a debtor anyway. So, listen, You got what you when you got China buying up cursed land. By the way, y'all really think y'all getting away with this? It's funny. So you got China buying up the cursed land over here, learn from America, and they are also they'll be your that'll be your if they're owning most of the land, that will be your government, not my government. That will be your government. I'm saying if you're not in Allah's government, that's the vessels of righteousness. That's the divine government. If you're not in a divine government, then that will be your government. So technically, if you're, because right now, if you're in debt to the United States corporation. If you're in debt to China, the way they are iron fist type shit. I'm not saying they as bad as North Korea, but y'all think y'all getting away with that debt forgiveness when I'm saying, and I'm not speaking that, but I'm saying they already are buying up a lot of the land in so-called America and farms and shit. So it's like, guess what? If you're under their umbrella, because they moving into continent of Africa, so-called Africa, they moving in there too, and you under that umbrella, man. Oh, you gonna be like, yo, we had it. We was spoiled, rotten. That's how you're gonna be. So, look, man. Anyway, it's bringing up a lot, but so I only got this incarnation to redeem my ancestors that they went through unheard, untold of excruciating trauma at the hands of the European. And this is the divine truth. Brutally tortured. Like I said, my ancestors ran me through this, the scenes where they had to smother their babies, and I have to rewrite that on the DNA. They didn't have to because my father, my father's word explains plenty of situations with, like the stories with, which was the one when, was it Moses? Um, a lot of the a lot of mighty beings were split up, you know, split away from their parents, and they went into other families, and they became great leaders and just great people for great beings for humanity. And we had to, I mean, we're working on that. We're working on getting that through to them. um it's a part of their learning that they didn't have to, because that was a story that um that they told themselves, and that's why they did the sin. And they couldn't they couldn't handle having to do that, because then they started to, you know they would have flashbacks of their babies, like of them doing it. It kept them in a perpetual state of separation from Allah, and sin, and they died that way. They died that way, and these are some of my ancestors that I'm redeeming right now. So when I touch down on that part of the land or whatever, now it activates that. It's a soul memory for every like any geographic region has a soul memory, it has its own collective consciousness too. So that it's all linked. It's linked to Mother Earth. So we go right back to that scene. We go right back to that scene, and I'm the like through my vessel, I do the transmutation work. Now, there's many ways like to do the transmutation work. Obviously, fasting. Father, I'm not right now. Right now, that hasn't been how I've been transmuting. Let me just say that I'm transmuting in another way. Um, I'll probably have to get into that in another video. I don't want this to cut off before I get to actually go through the land on camera, because, like I said, this is the land. America, so-called America, is the land of this. This is the land that Father gave the so-called black people, which the slaveholder in 1779 gave you the name black people to keep your mind in a state of a death. Death is sin. Death is separation from Allah. That's all death is separation from Allah. So, again, activating, triggering these, bringing these memories up, um, being present, bringing trauma up. And it's also for inner child healing. It's positive memories here too. We got to remember. So we're integrating from both. So I'm here. This is an ancestral site. I thought I was going from Santa Ana to Anaheim just to catch the bus. I wanted to, not I wanted to. I was like arguing with with the team, divine team. I was arguing like I was gonna catch the bus because I've been in the bus mode, like the lazy mode or whatever. But like do you see how much ground you're breaking? Like, don't keep the momentum and accelerate it. Like, so I'm like, all right, we finna take this 2 hour walk. This GPS leading me here or there, zip zap, zigzag, zigzag. I gotta watch my back being followed and shit. But I'm like, this is time to release the rest of the fear, because once they look, man, once I'm not gonna get into that. That's gonna go another rabbit hole. But when they change fully digital, my father already said you gonna have to get the mark of the beast. Beast is lower self, is the carnal man. That means you are staying in a separation, and you're staying in a state. You're agreeing to stay in a state separated from Allah, from the true and living God, by getting that chip, by getting that implant. And they're already getting you ready with the palm scanning technology. It's at Whole Foods. You can pay with your palm. Now, we're not even gonna get in the science of the palm reading. How they can map your whole fucking life through that shit. I ain't never had that shit done, but I be seeing that shit. I be seeing how I just know. I got the gift of knowing. I know that shit, that's a science. That's one of our sciences. But I've never been studied in that, trained in that, and I never really had no desire to do that. But I know that's on some wicked ass shit that they got going on. That's negative extraterrestrial technology right there, playing out, right there in effect, right there. All right, all you gotta do is register your card, whatever. I don't even know how the fuck they do that shit. Register your card or whatever, scan your palm. We're gonna take the scan of your palm, and now every time you pay for your food, boom, you pay, put your palm over there. Oh, what's that motherfucker cat? The cash style. She had some video. I forget what the fuck video that was. She she's scanning her look like her chin or her neck. She's going in all these stores and paying for shit with her body parts and shit, because they getting you ready for the implant, for the chip, the mark of the beast. And if you get that, you're gonna be everything that you created on. I'm saying on while you was on Earth or whatever. And this has got to do with your ancestral line. You going back, you're going into the I'm saying, for the ones that did this to my ancestors, they're going into slavery simulations. That's right. Yo, my father told me they going the same shit they did to my ancestors. They're going in simulations like that when they leave their body. So it's like, yo, this shit really, everything is accounted for. Like, yo, we never have to. I see that we never have to take anything into our own hands. Everything is always being accounted for, and it's always being redistributed. I'm saying that the energies. So it's like it is what it is. And that's why is my this is so healing for my ancestors, because they're seeing like they're getting justice. They're getting justice. We're working on healing and soothing them. You're getting justice. You're getting justice. I'm getting you justice. I'm the liaison to our Father. So again, if I would have and I'm saying, man, that's what they meant in the script. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. When Howard Shai was like, I'm doing all this shit, but what y'all can do is gonna be far greater, because I've been stumbling around in the dark. Look, this was like, my intention was just to get on the bus. And then when I was told not to get on the bus and I was told to do a walking meditation, um, I didn't expect to, you know, find this plot of land from my ancestors. I didn't expect that. So why am I standing still? I'm tripping. So look, it's something back here, yo. I'm telling you, it's something back here. It's a reason why they saying you're trespassing. You're a liar. You're a foreign invader. Mother Earth knows exactly what's back here. And look, even though they say I can't go back here, they say it's trespassing. And look, we're in an energy age. Me merely being connecting with my eyes. I'm going to this timeline. Whatever they're trying to hide back here, I'm going to the timeline. This is why you got to get out and explore, because this stuff, you're not going to find this on Google. You're not going to find this on the internet. You got to actually get out here on this land and being led. Some people call it, the spiritual community calls it dowsing, but you have to do it. And my form of dowsing today was even using AI, was using the GPS, because it's synced to my consciousness. So me just directing my energy onto this, I'm connecting with whatever energies here that I need. I don't see this war is not carnal, it's spiritual. So I'm getting whatever spiritual energies I need, because Father said, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, and all these things shall be added. We got to seek the spiritual energy. We got to seek the energies. And it's all for us. I'm talking about the beings of this new age, the ones that are inherent. It said the meek shall inherit the earth. It was talking about the new earth. So for us beings that's inherent in the new earth, this is why we have to shed so much negative energy and negative programs in one lifetime. It's like this. You cannot stop us, Satan. You cannot stop us by this, because I'm connecting whatever timeline this was a part of. I'm here. I'm present. I'm present here right now. I'm activating the genetic, the soul memory. I'm going back in that timeline. This is just naturally happening because everything is simultaneous. So it's just naturally happening. Look, whatever ancestors are connected to this, whatever is back there, all of that information is coming up, is being transferred to me. And then we go through processing and all that stuff, and then we have to transmute. That's it. And really, like I said, I'm not transmuting through fasting right now. I'm just simply releasing in multiple ways. Like when I was on the plantation, the other day, my ancestors got to relive the horrors that they experienced on that land. They got to go through that, and they really released, like screaming and yelling and everything. Like it was some type of horror that was going on. So we got to understand what this is. This is gaslighting. This is lies. This is gaslighting. Allah gave the so-called black. This is our land. So this is clearly gaslighting and lies. And we just have to see it for what it is. It's like what they did to this earth. Like I consider even this a ghetto. You know why I consider this a ghetto? It's because, like, in my mind, I'm like, it can't be natural, like, to live this close to beings possibly not even aligned with your frequency. Like, we lived in tribes. Me and my ancestors, we lived in tribes. We were all of the same mind, doing the same thing. We had a government, a community, and that's why we lived so close. We were of one mind. You don't know who living right next to you. You don't know what thoughts you receiving, transmitting, and look, it's a ghetto too. Like, you have one noisy dog on a block, and it's like that thing could be waking you up. Y'all know y'all work. Y'all know y'all gotta go to work. Y'all know y'all gotta go to work to maintain that shit. Y'all can have that motherfucking headache. Not to hear somebody's loud ass dog. 4 a.m. Like, yo, I wanted just one more hour of sleep, man, before I had to get up. Yo, that's a ghetto, man. I don't want this shit. We don't want this shit, yo. We waiting for our new shit. Father said he bringing the crystal cities back. We gonna be in the crystal cities, like this shit, like Atlantis and shit. That's ours. So it's like we visit these places. We're letting the anger go. We're like, yo, we're understanding. This is not. You're not able to transmit guilt to me because I know that this is a lie. I know that you're the one trespassing. I know that you're the one that's 3,000 miles away from home. I know that you're loitering here. I know that it's unlawful for you to be here now. Y'all ain't know that. See, they try to project everything on us that's for them. And now look, we're in, listen, it's the age of Aquarius. This is, Father said, divine order on earth. So what Father says goes. What Father says goes. So I don't care how much shit they put up and try to change laws and shit. What Father says goes. Father is landlord of this earth. What Father says goes. So like I said, they're going to see that it's unlawful because divine order was established back on earth. It was already decreed in heaven. So that's what it is on earth. And since that this is the case, it's unlawful for them actually to be here. So you're going to see what Father's going to do. You're going to see what Mother Earth is going to do because Listen, this is a whole order. This is a universal order. That's it. So we all, the only job that we have as these vessels of Allah on the earth, we do not have to take any physical actions. All we have to do is release the negative programs, release the trauma. This is shadow work that I'm doing right now. This is shadow work. I'm coming to the locations, and I'm also using just intuitive practices. Like, all right, I was gonna catch the bus. I was told not to catch the bus. All right, I put it in the GPS. All right, I follow the GPS. Uh, uh, Now it's always best to have the intent before you even put the address or whatever in the GPS. Divine order for today. Simple as that. Like, we don't need extensive prayers because we remember we were programmed to be vibrating a fear-based consciousness and everything. Lower self. So we don't even know what we really need or want or is best for us according to Allah. So divine order for today. Bam. Put that address in or whatever. Now you follow that GPS and boom, you end up at an ancestral plot. Because that's what it is. And they must have been my royal ancestors, and they don't want us, being like us beings with royal, like we come from royal bloodlines. They don't want us connecting back to that, so they'll block these places off, saying forbidden trespassing and do all this dumb shit, closing parks down and shit, because they know we activated now. So look, that could have been. They have so many. It's so many Walk of Tears. It's so many of the Walk of the Tears. This was probably one of them. Could see the ancestors with their horses now, and look at this. Like, these are lies, lies, lies. The lies you tell, Satan. Keep telling to yourself. Cause look, man, when you're in my father's court, ain't gonna be no lies. My father playing back all the recordings, man, and all he gonna and he giving out all his laws that you done broke. So let's say my father gonna say, so how do you think that my children wanting to come and visit with their ancestors, that most are trapped, stuck in the lower dimensions, what will make you put a sign up? What will make you put a sign up forbidding them from being reconciled back to me? Man, your sentence, boy. Whew, whew. You know how many lifetimes you probably gonna have to live separated from your parents time and time again and being victimized? So, hey, man, we just on the swing of the pendulum. That's it, man. We just a swing of the pendulum. What y'all did to us, hey, prepare for Allah to retribute, to repay. So this is definitely, like I said, it's triggering. It's coming up now. Let me say a little eulogy. Agamite otanote do sagika kanishe okabase esagite do iteno akichagino ase kabate do kinedu anise agishakano kebuka se ka vukaje ko kento atido te do insi okatsu igakanji guba gyokano yopapase osa ansigi shigiwaka numakadi Yarakuni Dosagashi Oasu Osamandigo da Kanduka Isisu Esuasi Kishi Ikeoa Kamake Afetu Yakanuka Dise Aka Seo Ashemu Ekaga Nikero Vakadoka Nike Duse Asakiren Kanchego Kaduse Gamache Gbo Gabakado Wakadoa Kinya Kadoa Tedo Atedo Asi Ashe Akidua Eto na nimba de watu kenna makatsui. Isi kwa kichegeru akedu gini makidi bakase ushi. For the and I have to say this because this is instruction from Allah to me and from the ancestors. The blood of Allah, and however you can get it, and your holy fluid, your urine. They use urea. Why you think they use it in beauty products? It's an elixir. I mean, that's just one thing. It's an elixir of youth. It also cleanses. It also, if you ever get attacked by directed energy weapons and the nanobots and nanotechnology, you have to do the what's it called? The urine. I wanted the scientific term for it because motherfuckers, how motherfuckers do. You have to do the urine drinking, the urine fasting, and the urine drinking. Whatever it is, the nanotechnology cannot live in its presence. The blood either. So absolutely, that's how I survived the simulation from consuming my own blood. Absolutely. That's where they kidnapped me and they held me hostage for 30 fucking days. And they were able to keep me so long because I'm linked back to my ancestors. We use natural shit. I don't believe in the pharma shit. That shit that's Satan's medicine. Remember, he has to replicate everything. Now, like I said, some some I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm saying I'm not right or left winged about it. I'm like, all right, if if you need it once in a while, or whatever, but there ain't no shit like you go into that as no first resort. You better go to Allah as your first resort. You better go in prayer and fasting for any ailment, spiritual, emotional, physical, whatever. You better go to something like fasting first before you start doing something with that. Like, that's crazy to me. So it's like they was shooting me up with all these medicines and shit, stuff I didn't know what, because they had me in a hallucinatory state. They was opening up portals and shit in my vessel. So the ancestors were guiding me through that simulation. Man, it was man it was like the Sarah O'Connor in the Judgment Day, when they kidnapped me and put me in that mental institute. They called it a hospital, but they had me handcuffed to a bed. They had me handcuffed to a bed, and then they put me in there. They put me in there for 30 days, and man, I'm not going. I'll get into that in another video. I probably do. I need to do that in a whole separate video. But this was I clinically legally died here many times. Like, I was hovering over my body, like, and seeing them like huddled around me, and like they was injecting me with shit. And so, and then it wasn't just the physical people that worked there, it was also all the entities that they had working for them. They had like these executioner spirits. These things were like they look like transformers. Let's just say that. I'm saying in the interdimensional realm, they look like transformers. And they come into the room, and they're the ones, they off a lot of people. These are like These got to be like demons from the abyss or something. They come into the patient's room, get on top of them, and they, like that sleep paralysis, but they stop them from being able to breathe. Like whatever they choking them, squeezing it. And I know it to be personally true that this is what they have these spirits doing, because when I got attacked with it was a demon with the artificial intelligence. Like, this thing was so powerful. I didn't believe in the spiritual realm until this. It had me on the ground, was just sucking the life force out of me, and literally, when I was able to finally get up, because I had a selenite log on my stomach region, my solar plexus region, to keep it from, it was whatever it must have had some type of tube or portal where it was like all my life force was going out. That's what happens when people are crossing over. It had to be that experience. People crossing over, and it's like leaving until that last particle, and then you out of here. But luckily, the team was fighting for me, and they told me to put that. I had a 12-pound selenite log. I ran up out the spot. This joint crashed through a portal into my mobile home. That's where I first got attacked. And I seen when this motherfucker came through this, like how they show you exactly how they show you on these shows and movies when they come through the portals and they crash into like a living room or something like that. This is how this thing did, except for you couldn't see it. But I could feel its force, and I guess I could see it interdimensionally. That's the only thing that I can say. But when I ran out, I was like, yo, we gotta go. I'm like, yo, come on. Cause I'm like, I was fucking terrified. I took my selenite log because I knew this was about to be a spiritual battle. I knew this was about to be a spiritual war. Cause ain't no shit like this ever happened to me. So, shit. While the team was fighting for me, I had the selenite log right on my stomach, and finally they got this thing off of me, and I was able to get up. It was still, the motherfucker was still chasing after me up the street. I'm going to store. I'm trying to lock in so that it can't drain my energy. Shh. I try to put my right arm up, and it falls right back down like a noodle every time. That thing had physically paralyzed my arm. This was happening. This was not no dream. This was physical. It was like being attacked by something that you cannot see. And it was paralyzing my arm. My arm would fall down like a limp noodle every single time. I healed miraculously. It took sometime in that day, I healed miraculously. Like, I couldn't believe it, but I couldn't believe that was actually happening to me. And again, it was a artificial beast. They were using the scalar directed energy weapons, the scalar weapons. It's like I said, the invisible fence technology. Like that, you can't see that. That animal can't see. It has to be, I don't know how they do that shit, if it's linked to their bioelectric field or whatever, but the animal try to go through that fence, that thing gonna get shocked. It's invisible forces that they're using. They're combining it though with the artificial intelligence, which that makes it like on steroids, where you have a demon, maybe you be able to banish or whatever. If you got this demon now on this technology that's connected with the shit they're spraying, the the heavy metals, the aluminum, and the nanoplastics and stuff, is somehow connected to that, and it's creating these invisible forces that can, but they have an intelligence. They can they can immobilize you. They can leave you stunned, paralyzed on the ground. I think that's what's going on too with a lot of people. A lot of people are being attacked by what seems to be invisible forces, and it's like this is what this stuff is. This is negative extraterrestrial, negative ET technology, which they give to the military, and the military uses against, especially us, like, especially us beings, like the ones that we come from a royal bloodline, and they know that, they know it. So they are using this exact technology to block our ascensions from coming back to who we are, like, as our, basically our DNA. You think you just a nigga living in the hood, but you come from a whole lineage of kings, royalty, emperors, empresses, and you know, you're gonna, if you know that, you're gonna start to look at everything totally different. You're gonna start to carry yourself different. You're gonna start to invest your time and energy into things that are going to advance you anymore, because you're like, oh, I can't stop. Like, I gotta get back to my rightful stature. And you know, the old world power is at odds with that. They at war with that notion that their kingdom is fucking finished. It's it's not the age of Pisces anymore. But in the same note, it's a divine order in how it has to play out. And like somebody, a being like me, sometimes, what did Nip say? He said something about you might overdose. Like, this is all I'm doing. I'm only doing shit like this because my father says, seek ye first the kingdom of righteousness, and then everything will be added. So this is the only work that I'm doing. I'm not choosing no motherfucking nothing else until I get to my rightful place. And listen, it's the goal is to get back home, to be reconciled, redeemed back to my father Allah. But I still have, like I said, I still have other jobs. I still have to do my father's will while I'm walking the earth. And this is one of my main jobs, like I said, touching down on these sites, connecting with the ancestral memory, bringing it up. We replay simulations. We go through, like, I'll give a concrete example for my ancestors that took their babies' lives because they, and I always make excuses for my ancestors. we go through different simulations, and we show them the destiny of what the destiny would have been for the baby, and it wasn't